Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Hey, coming through. I know um, it seems like it's been a while since the Dallas Cowboys have played a game, right? Because we didn't make the playoffs and we had to watch the playoffs. And although it's cool to see other teams, but you always want to see your team in the tournament. You always want to see your team in the tournament, period. We saw a year where the Patriots didn't get in. The Patriots didn't get far past the first round, I should say. And it's funny because the statistic that's out on that one is they don't make it to the Super Bowl when they don't have a first round bye, which is interesting to me. That's an interesting tidbit because that reigned true this year, just seeing what they did and them being defeated in the first round. Now, we know the Super Bowl's coming up next week. The Pro Bowl's this week. I don't know if you guys watch the Pro Bowl or anything like that, but I mean, it's football. It's something. You know what I mean? It's something to watch. As far as the Super Bowl goes, we got the 49ers and the Chiefs. And it's interesting to see that because there are four defensive players that are former Dallas Cowboy players that are on the Chiefs that are playing in the Super Bowl this year. And that's crazy. And if you guys don't know who those players are, Anthony Hitchens, our former linebacker, Damian Wilson, our former linebacker, Morris Claiborne, our former first round pick cornerback, and Trevarius Ward, which is a cornerback that we traded to the Chiefs in the beginning, not this year, but last year. We traded him for a offensive lineman, Parker Anger, that didn't even play a snap for the Cowboys because he got injured. So, that investment wasn't good. I wish we would have kept Ward. I mean, it had been a depth. He's a really good depth guy, and he played pretty well for the Chiefs. But considering the fact that they got four defensive guys playing for them that are former Dallas Cowboys that are going to the Super Bowl, it just puts a bad taste in your mouth. I'm happy for them. I'm very happy for Anthony Hitchens and company, but just seeing them playing, it's just hard to stomach because you want your Dallas Cowboys to be there. And I know Mark Holmes is down there in Miami. He's doing some work right there with his wife with the United Way. Shout out to him. And you guys will see some of the coverage that he's doing down there. But those of us small people, we're here and we're still trying to give you some news. Now, there's been a lot of speculation of things. There's some things I want to get into. Want to talk a little bit about Mike McCarthy and things of that nature. So let's get into it. So, free agency is coming up, vastly approaching. Now, I don't like to talk too much about Dak Prescott. I mean, you already know how I feel. You guys already know how I feel about Dak. He's my quarterback, whatever. But I'm really only like to talk about him when there's news about him, when it's warranted. I'm not gonna, go too deep into it. But I will say about Dak Prescott, you look at the elite category of quarterbacks, that we know Dak's not elite, but we know that he's a good quarterback and he's done a lot for this team. He set some Cowboy records. He was 1 yard away from beating Tony Romo's career passing yardage record, and I mean it's a lot. He's done a lot. He went to the playoffs a couple of times. He's went to the Pro Bowl, I think, twice, and he might go this year too if some more people drop out, but I don't think so though. No, he's not because the Pro Bowl is this week, so no, he's not going this year because he would already be there by now. They already got their quarterbacks and stuff. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong phase right now. But I will say that Dak Prescott's contract is number one, and Stephen and Jerry Jones said it, and which is common sense. He's your number one priority. And I tell you guys why I don't want to franchise tag him, because one, the money that you're going to use to franchise tag him, you might as well give him a contract, because granted the franchise tag is what it is, but if you're going to pay him that much money, you might as well give him a contract. Two, and most importantly, what it does is it tells your quarterback that, hey, you don't value me. You think that I haven't done enough for you, so you feel like you need to franchise tag me to see more of what I've done or more of what I could do for you to trust me. Now, we've heard them say to the media that they trust Dak and Dak is their guy going forward. So if you feel that way, then go ahead and sign him to a contract. Me personally, I don't make no money, and I'm damn sure ain't making close to no million. So I'm not gonna be in nobody's pocket. I think Dak deserves all the money that they can give him, and I'm not gonna tell another man how much money that they can get, because who am I to tell somebody else how much money to get? Because at my job where I work at, if they offer me a raise, I'm gonna take whatever money that they giving me. If it's more money, I'm gonna take it. So Dak Prescott deserves his money. That's all I'm saying. They just need to give him a contract, because what's gonna happen is, if Pat Mahomes, whether he wins the Super Bowl or not, the fact that he's there on his rookie contract and his contract is up, he is going to reset the market by a lot of money. Deshaun Watson is due for a contract, so both of those guys made it to the playoffs. So you look at that, and you don't want to wait until Pat Mahomes gets paid, because he's going to reset the market, and then you're going to have to pay Dak Prescott more because of what the market says. Whether or not he deserves that or not, you're going to have to pay what the market price is. It's just like when you buy seafood. You guys know I live in the DMV, so we're big on seafood here. We're a crab state. Maryland is a crab state. So you look at that situation, it's like, okay, when I go to a restaurant and I see it says market price, I have to pay whatever that market price is. I can't tell them and lowball them, like, I'm not going to pay whatever that market price is. I'm going to pay less. I can't do that. You got to pay the market price. So by saying that, I'm telling you that market price is going to go up. So you're going to have to pay him. So with that being said, they need to give him his contract today, because once that Super Bowl is over, whether the Chiefs win or not, Pat Mahomes gonna make his bread, and he is going to be a highest paid quarterback. He's gonna beat out a contract that Russell Wilson has. So he's probably gonna blow that shit out the water. So you got to pay Dak now. You got him, because you can get him. You could get him for 38. You could get him for 37, 38. Give him his damn money. Stop playing around, because that's your quarterback for the future. You got a new coach that's going to put him in a position, because he's going to play even better next year, because Mike McCarthy's going to put him in a situation. I'll explain that in a minute. But stop playing around and pay him. Pay him. Pay him. On to Mike McCarthy. Now, Mike McCarthy's been the coach now, 2-3 weeks now. He didn't send his staff to the Senior Bowl, and because he needed his staff here to learn this team. Again, it's a lot of changes going on. So this is literally going to be my hardest draft coverage to do myself, because I don't know what the Dallas Cowboys are looking at anymore, because I know what the old regime likes in their players, but I don't know anything about Mike McCarthy and what his staff likes in their players and things what they're going to do. Only thing I do know is that we're going to a West Coast offense, which is going to benefit Dak Prescott so much. We're going to use the same terminology, but Mike McCarthy is going to have his fingers in it, and it's going to be the same terminology, like the hand signs and stuff, but it's going to be a different philosophy, and it's going to be sprinkled all within Mike McCarthy's staff, and that's just how it's going to be. You're going to see a lot of different things with this team than you've ever seen before. Now, we look at the draft before, and we look how this team will function, and everybody that knows the Dallas Cowboys, that have been following the Dallas Cowboys like I have for a while, knows that this team does not value getting safeties in the draft for whatever reason. They don't get dynamic safeties, and they haven't in the past. They haven't gotten a big fat guy in the middle. They don't value defensive tackles. They get them off of the clearance rack in free agency day 4. So I think that it's time, now that we got a new defensive coordinator, we got a new coach, times have changed, and I think that things are going to be different. So the way we draft is going to be different. So me guessing what the Dallas Cowboys are going to pick at 17, I'm going to be wrong as hell, because I don't know what they're going to do. So don't bite my head off if I'm wrong, because all of it is speculation. None of us are going to be right. Vosh Lombardi ain't going to be right. Law Nation ain't going to be right. My man DMV, Dallas Cowboys, ain't going to be right when we do our picks and things alike, because, again, we don't know what's going on. We don't know. Shout out to my boys, though. And I know you guys seen Vash Lombardi. He's doing his draft thing. That's the big homie right there. Even though I'm older than him, that's still my big homie right there. So shout out to Vash Lombardi, Doski Woski, bro. But anyway, like I say, you got to look at everything as a whole. Now, me personally, I like to use a lot of common sense. I like to use a lot of like my knowledge of just knowing the Dallas Cowboys and seeing what they have done. But I can't do that this year because everything is changing. Leon Lett is coming back, so that's a good thing. So we're gonna have three former guys on the staff that back. So Leon Lett, Kellen Moore, and Doug Nussmeier are staying. Everybody else is gone. Now, I would have liked to keep Gary Brown. I would have liked to keep John Kitna. Those are two guys that I wanted. Everybody else, I'm okay with that they're gone. I don't know about our new wide receivers coach because he's been with the Browns and they haven't been doing so well. So I don't know if that's a result of him or just Freddie Kitchens. But ironically, Freddie Kitchens is going to get hired by the Giants. That's going to be funny. And we already seen the new look Giants. Eli Manning just retired. Much respect to Eli Manning. His career winning 2 Super Bowls. I got a lot of respect for Eli Manning, a guy that never missed a game because he's just been that type of dude. He didn't miss a game because of injury, of course. He only missed games because he was benched for the young guy, but he never missed a game because of injury. And a guy like that, you got to respect. I respect his career. But so he's retired. He's probably like, oh, Jason Garrett here, I'm done. So they did hire Mark Colombo. So the Giants have Mark Colombo now as their offensive line coach. We're still waiting to hear whether they hire Scott Linehan and Freddie Kitchens and things of that nature. But their staff is kind of weird up there. It's a lot of different guys that, I don't know. Like I said, they look like the old Cowboys up there. I know that it's only a couple of guys that they signed up there from the Cowboys, but I think there's going to be even more before we hear about it. But it's the philosophy up there is like they're going to know the Cowboys very well. But also too, since the Cowboys are changing with their new regime, it's going to be a whole different Dallas Cowboys. Now, Jason Garrett might know the tendencies of Dak Prescott and some of the other players, but that's about it. The way that we switch things up, we're finally going to be a team that's going to adjust in game. We're finally going to be a team that don't let the defense dictate what we do on offense and vice versa. We're going to be a team that's going to mix it up. And I think on defense, we're going to run a 4-3 base, but I think that it's going to be a hybrid base, meaning like we're going to do 4 fronts. We're going to have 3 down linebackers. We're going to have we're going to switch it up. We're going to have more safeties in the box for tackling on running plays. So we're going to do different things. We're going to run more than just cover 2 and just be in a nickel formation. We are going to do a lot of different things on defense, and I think it's huge for this team right now and the things that they're doing. And I can't be more happier, and I'm excited about next year. I really am, and I'm trying to stay optimistic because, again, we don't know for sure whether this will work or not, but I'm hoping for the best. Now, Ezekiel Elliott came out and said that, hey, change is better. So that means that, hey, he's looking forward to it. So I think some of these guys, they just need discipline. They just need a coaching staff that's going to believe in them and a coaching staff that's going to put the best out there and get the best out of these guys because, again, there's no debate the Dallas Cowboys had the best roster and one of the best rosters in this league, second to the Ravens this year. But the coaching just couldn't get it done. We didn't make adjustments. We didn't do things. We were in every game. We were right here. So, we were close in that Saints game. We were really close in that Patriots game. Those are 2 games that you just dropped the ball on that you could have won. And that's a damn shame. And I think that with Dak Prescott, you got to sign him because he's going to be your guy going forward. And with that being said, I think that Dak Prescott is going to be even better. So you got to sign him because if not, and he does well next year and we make it to the NFC title game next year, you're going to be sorry that you didn't sign him when you did. Amari Cooper also came out and said, because we know that he's the second priority, he came out and said, look, I'm focused on the Pro Bowl right now, and I'm focused on the things that I have to do for the Super Bowl, like, his engagements and speaking stuff, whatever he has to do. But to him, it's not all about the money. He said many times before he wants to stay in Dallas. He loves being around his fellow wide receivers. He loves being with Dak Prescott. I know he's really happy that Sanjay Lal got fired because that was one of the reasons why he was moping on the sideline. Those of you guys that question Amari's um, um, commitment to the game, understand that he's just that type of guy. Like, he's not a rah rah. He's not like Dez. He's not like a guy that's gonna be jumping around excited all the time. He's a very humble and chill guy. So because of that, it's gonna come off that he's like mellow and not caring. No, and a lot of times when you saw him on the sideline like that, it was him not getting along with his wide receiver coach Sanjay Lau. You guys got to look deeper into things before you make assumptions. So I'm telling you right now, a lot of that Amari Cooper stuff that he was faltering, and a lot of that is because of Sanjay Lau and not putting that 4th and 8 when him and Cobb wasn't in the game. That's all Sanjay Lau's blame. At first, I blamed Garrett for it, but it wasn't Garrett. It was Sanjay Lau. So, to each his own. The old regime is gone. This is a new day. This a new day, yeah. So it's a new day, y'all. So with these Dallas Cowboys, so I'm optimistic about the future. Let's get Dak and Amari signed. I'll be doing videos after the Super Bowl about free agency. Matter of fact, probably in my next video, I'll start talking about the free agents and who we should keep and who we should let go. Oh, one more thing, Byron Jones. So there's rumors that the Eagles are fighting to get him once the free agency starts. So if the Dallas Cowboys really want to keep Byron Jones, they're going to have to sign him to a contract. Now, you don't have to pay him north of 16 mil a year. You could get him maybe 13 and a half, 14 if you stretch that out, maybe a 4-year contract, because I like Byron Jones. I think he's solid. And some of you guys that talk trash about Byron Jones, you're going to be the ones that's going to be mad when he's not on this team anymore, beasting out for another team. I understand that you guys based everything off of interceptions, but it's not always about that. I think that, like, with me, I look at things differently. Long as you're batting the ball down and you're making plays and the guy is not scoring on you every 5 seconds and you're making stops and because, again, a turnover doesn't have to just be an interception. A turnover can also be a turnover on down because you stopped them on 3rd and whatever, or you stopped them on a 4-down play. So, and he can do that, and he has done that. And I think that with a new defensive coordinator, bring him back because I think he can do some things. And that whole not turning back for the ball, that was Chris Richard telling him not to do that. I don't think this new regime is going to teach him that. I think that they're going to tell them to go for the ball, the ball, the ball. So that's all I have for right now. Let me know what you guys think in the comment box. Thanks again, all my subscribers. I appreciate you guys. You guys have been awesome. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a great day.